Thousands of protesters joined a Paris rally with France's Marine Le Pen to protest a court ban preventing her from taking part in the next presidential election.
The Israeli military has announced the deployment of troops to a newly established security corridor in southern Gaza.
Convicted last week of embezzling public funds and banned from running for office, French far-right politician Marine Le Pen addressed a crowd of her supporters on Sunday in Paris. The National Rally Party leader said she had fought injustice for 30 years and was prepared to continue the fight.
Ils sont pour nous, ils sont pour moi, évidemment, une raison supplémentaire de ne rien lâcher. Et que chacun soit rassuré, je ne lâcherai rien. L'humiliation, tout comme la vengeance ou le concept de tableau de chasse judiciaire, tout cela est à l'opposé de l'idée que je me fais de la justice. Tout cela me fait horreur.
Thousands of supporters gathered at Place Vauban near the tomb of Napoleon in Paris for what was billed as a protest, but observers said it had all the markings of a campaign rally. Last Monday, a court convicted Le Pen of embezzling EU funds. She was handed a partially suspended prison sentence and banned from running in elections for 5 years. U.S. President billionaire advisor Elon Musk has said he hopes that the U.S. and Europe can create a very close, stronger partnership and eventually establish a zero-tariff free trade zone. Musk said this in a virtual speech at Italy's ruling far-right Lega Party Congress on Saturday, adding that he had advised U.S. President Donald Trump about a potential free trade zone.
I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero-tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. That would be that's what I hope occurs. And also more freedom of people to move between Europe and North America, if they wish. If they wish to work in Europe or wish to work in America, they should be allowed to do so, in my view.
Musk's comment came after China hit back at the U.S. with 34% tariffs, which caused markets to slide even further by margins not seen since the COVID pandemic. Meanwhile, on Sunday, EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen reiterated the EU's commitment to negotiating with the U.S., while also saying it will defend its interests through proportionate countermeasures if necessary.
The Israeli military has announced the deployment of troops to a newly established security corridor in southern Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the new Morah corridor on Wednesday and suggested it would cut off the southern city of Rafah, which Israel had ordered evacuated from the rest of Gaza. It was not immediately clear how many troops had been deployed. Meanwhile, new phone footage has been released belonging to one of the 15 Palestinian medics whose bodies were found buried in a mass grave last week. It appears to contradict Israeli claims that its military opened fire on their vehicles because they were advancing suspiciously on nearby troops without headlights or emergency signals. The footage shows the medics driving slowly with their emergency lights flashing, logos visible, as they pulled up to help an ambulance that had come under fire earlier. An Israeli military official said Saturday that their initial account was mistaken and that the incident was under thorough examination. Yemen's Houthi rebels have said at least 2 people were killed in overnight U.S. airstrikes on the city of Sada, a Houthi stronghold. Footage aired by Houthi-controlled media showed a strike collapsing what appeared to be a 2-story building. But video posted online by U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday suggests the overall death toll in Yemen may be higher than the Houthis acknowledge. A post of his on X showed footage of what appeared to be black and white drone footage of a strike on over 70 people gathered in a circle. Yemen's rebel-controlled news agency said that those present had gathered for a social Eid visit in Hodeidah and had no connection to the Houthis' attacks on ships in the Red Sea. The Houthis themselves, however, have not acknowledged any strike on Hodeidah during that time with such a high casualty count.